Hello, welcome to another episode of the Dimers Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Christian.
Avery.
Isaac.
It's Wiley.
You fucked it up already.
Oh,
my-
jeez. It's already going.
I'm J-Dub.
Said something.
Chill, you're on a podcast. Is that even
Okay,
possible?
so
I'm on a roll.
this is the most people would think we've had on the podcast at once. 5 of us.
We're fucking blazing, bro.
No,
It's
I think
going-
the first one had 5, but they didn't count.
Well, I mean, Isaac
there's
didn't
5
count.
here.
Isaac didn't count because he didn't say a word the entire time.
No,
I
he
can't
laughed.
count.
Oh, that's not a word. Never mind.
Well,
You can spell
If
laugh.
you spell out a laugh, it says ha. So that is
So-
the word, I guess.
so right now we're gonna try to
Mine's
fill some
oof.
time here because Riley's eating some KFC apparently. Avery, why do you hate KFC? You just brought this up.
Okay. Okay. KFC, right? They had a good thing going. They had these cookies, Christian.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
Oh yeah, they did.
I think the secret ingredient was Colonel Sanders' jizz. I'm not sure. But
Oh,
these
so
things were god tier, okay? And then I still haven't had KFC here in town recently. But the one up in other town,
other time.
fucking, they changed them. They changed them, and they ruined it. It tastes like dog shit, and it pisses me off, Christian. Not only that,
It really grinds
not
my
only
gears.
that, but they used to have a $5 fill-up, which is a good deal, of a drumstick and some other shit. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not one of those picky chicken people. I just eat whatever. But they had a $5 fill-up. They got rid of
Finger
it.
picking good.
They're like, you don't get 2 pieces anymore with your damn cookie, your shitty cookie. They make that like $5.69. Do I look like I have 69 cents on me, Christian? I don't.
Nice.
I don't carry that kind of change. And so now
the
it's like
sex
an
number.
extra 70 cents to get that shitty cookie that's ruined. And it
Mm-hmm.
angers me. Why would I go there?
Yo, fuck KFC.
Very
Me and
interesting.
the homies don't like KFC.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I would argue that KFC is the worst of the chicken-related fast
It
food
is.
joints.
It definitely
It
is.
is.
But it's not.
And they know
terrible. Like it passes. But that cookie situation really makes me sad. Oh, so sad.
Did you get a cookie, Riley?
No.
What the fuck are you doing?
I wasn't gonna pay the extra 69 cents.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that was for the...
Does it look like I got 69 cents on me? Hey, yo, brother.
I don't
do I
know.
got 69 cents?
Looks like I'm going to have to hit up
Fuck
the
no.
Wendy's 4 for 4 is the new best deal.
Do I have to go pick up some cookies for Friday? The KFC cookies.
Can you order? Can you just go through the drive-thru and be like, yeah, I'll take a dozen cookies?
Can I just go, hey, yo, you got a dozen cookies back there? Or do I have to come in?
It's like going to Wendy's and be like, "Hey, yo, can I get like 7 Frosties?"
I do that. Wendy's
Sorry,
Frosties.
Yo,
yo.
low
Wendy's
key.
broken.
If we're
You're
talking,
gonna have to come in.
if we're talking like chicken nuggets, Wendy's top
They are.
tier, top tier. Like,
Everything about Wendy's is top tier. What are you talking about?
I'm not a big fan of their burgers, but
What is wrong with you?
What?
I don't
The
know.
Christian.
They're very like
Top tier
Christian.
burger.
meh.
What do you mean they're meh?
I usually when I go to a fast food place, I make it apparent to not get a burger because they're usually bad, and I'm
What?
not. It's not inherently bad. It's just I'm not a big fan of it. It's too greasy.
What do you get at McDonald's?
Yeah, 2 grease. Okay.
Chicken nuggets.
I'll give me a burrito.
I haven't been to a McDonald's in a while, so it's
Christian, you want to know what I
What?
get when I go to McDonald's? I give me a Big Mac, right? Big
Okay.
Mac meal, large size with
No,
a
that's
sweet
too
tea.
expensive.
that's where
I
yeah.
can't
Yeah,
do
you
that.
gotta get the
Then I
McChicken.
get a
You,
side
you get
of,
just get a
Two
couple
McDoubles is
McDoubles.
where it's
Yeah,
at.
there you go. Get a couple
Exactly.
McDoubles.
You gotta get a
No.
McDouble because it's like $1.50. You
No.
can get multiple.
Why
You
does
don't
no one
understand
like
I want a Big
McDonald's.
Mac because I
They've
like
gotten
a Big
to you.
Mac.
You
I'm
can
They've
even
gotten
get the
to
Big
rich,
Mac
dog.
sauce on the side now.
You can get multiple McDoubles for the same
Get
price
my
as a
sauce
Big
on the
Mac.
side, all right?
Or
Suck
Avery,
my
you
Well,
can
cock.
get
fuck
the
the same
McChicken.
price. It's like less.
Actually, I didn't hear you.
You could get a McChicken.
McDickin. See, that's what I do sometimes, Julie. If I'm feeling it, I'll just get I'll get a Big Mac and then maybe 1 or 2 McChickens because those are pretty small.
Yeah.
Call me an absolute bitch, but I'm not a big fan of the
Arson.
chicken. It's way
You're
too
an
spicy.
absolute bitch.
It's too
What's your
chicken
opinion
is
of the
it
spicy
spicy?
chicken
Yeah,
from Chick-fil-A? Because I don't like it.
Where are you getting your
I'm
McChicken?
The
just-
spicy
at?
chicken from Wendy's, though.
I'm just not a big fan of the
I don't think
spicy
I've ever
shit.
had it from
I'm
there.
not a big
It's
fan
The
of
not
the
spicy
spicy,
nuggets
though.
are not bad from Wendy's. Pretty good.
They are pretty
Are you
good.
gonna bring spicy nuggets to the
No.
portal? Okay,
No.
fuck me.
Spicy Dr. Pepper. I'm sorry, that's spiked
didn't they-
Dr. Pepper. My bad.
No, they had
That's true.
they They had like
I mean, no, it's not.
what is it, cinnamon Pepsi that was like
What?
spicy.
Stop.
They had that a while ago.
Stop.
That was pretty.
Excuse me.
That was pretty cursed.
I just
Did
think
you
of
say that?
cinnamon put in a can.
I
What
think of
about
like the
cranberry
Pillsbury
Sprite, though?
Doughboy milking.
The
Christian,
Pil-
after this podcast, I
cinnamon?
want you to go to Rule 34 and type in Pillsbury Doughboy.
That's not happening. That's just.
This
That's
is
It
not-
will
Buttersworth.
happen.
No.
Christian, don't make me do it.
Oh,
scared.
Mrs.
Buttersworth.
Buttersworth could be funny to type in Rule 34. That
Dude,
could be
Mrs.
pretty funny.
Buttersworth's
Sticky.
pretty thick. Has anyone had the chicken and waffles from Chick-fil-A? Or not Chick-fil-A, from KFC?
No.
No,
Hunter
No.
did.
I
He
have
said
not.
they were pretty gross.
Really, you didn't get fish?
I would admit.
Gross.
Yeah,
Dude,
what's
I
with
don't
Hunter
even-
and fish?
Was he
Not a
love
fish
or
guy.
what?
No, he just
Hunter
gets
is
like,
one
who
of the
gets,
pickiest eaters.
who
so.
goes to Applebee's and gets salmon? That's just strange.
Who the fuck goes
What
to
do you do with
Applebee's?
that? He
He's
orders
not
the
even a guy. He
strangest
doesn't even
things.
like fish. Well,
Beef
we go to-
nacho.
This psychopath, he goes to Chick-fil-A, and he gets a Chick-fil-A sandwich without buns. And the people there
What?
don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. So sometimes he gets a fork and knife with this thing. Other times they put the buns on the side. Like, what does that mean? They just throw the buns in there, but they have the sandwich, but it's disassembled. And everyone looks at him like he's a psychopath because he is. What is he doing eating? He says it's too many carbs.
What?
What
Just
the
throw the
fuck?
fucking bun. Does it even like
What do you
take off
mean?
any money on his order?
What do you
He gets
mean?
the fries though; those aren't too many carbs. The bun, too many carbs.
That doesn't
I
make
don't
any sense,
understand.
but okay.
It's just bizarre to me. I just every time he does it, it just creeps me out. I'm over there eating my sandwich, and he's, I don't know, eating his piece of chicken. He does it because it's cheaper than the nuggets, because the nuggets are overpriced there. But I don't know. Way
I mean-
too much money.
I mean, it wouldn't really matter because like too much carbs. You're eating like a big breast of chicken though. And
Hot.
Listen, the grilled
carbs
chicken
soak in
sandwich is like
protein,
five
so it's
something.
like,
That's ridiculous, and it doesn't even taste good.
No, it does not.
No.
They're just eating the
Uh,
party.
Oops.
On
Yeah,
that
so-
note, I think it's time to get into our first topic, Avery.
Yes.
Our dimer of the week.
Yes, Dwayne
It's
Chapman.
Colonel Sanders.
aka
Colonel
Dog that, no,
Sanders.
fuck Colonel Sanders. He's never been on this. Dwayne
Is it
Chapman,
Which one?
Dog the Bounty Hunter,
Dog
American
the bounty hunter.
icon, reality TV star, Christian. This man
Round of applause.
knows what he's doing.
Okay.
And I think to start the Dog the Bounty Hunter story, we have to get off to his early
I'm
life.
getting off all right.
I hope you are. He's a very muscular man. Anywho, I think the first interesting thing about Dog the Bounty Hunter is that at age 15, Christian, he joined a motorcycle gang. Okay. Okay, and this motorcycle gang, he drug dealing. It's part of the biz, and he got in there. He was a getaway driver, except Christian. This turned pretty deadly. The guy he was with shot a dude. I don't know what happened.
Oh, sorry.
Couldn't be bothered to research
Oh,
that
fuck.
any further. But he
Crunchy
killed
piece
him,
of chicken.
Oh.
and
Oh, that was chicken.
that was not chicken.
Jesus
Anywho, he murdered this dude murdered a guy, and then Dog the Bounty Hunter was the getaway driver, and so he when they caught him, because that was what's going to happen, he got sentenced to a first-degree murder charge for being the getaway driver in a murder, and he got sentenced to Texas prison. And I think that's pretty interesting because if you get committed to committed of a felony, you can't own
Committed.
firearms. So when he was a bounty hunter later on,
What
he was
the
doing that
fuck?
shit without a gun.
What?
Yeah,
Was he allowed
I never
tasers?
seen that. No,
he never had a
Jesus
I
gun.
never
Christ.
seen that because like they had like instead of using actual guns, like his team would use like if it was deadly, they'd
Paintballs?
use like paintball guns. Yeah, it was
Did
like
they really?
paintball guns. Yeah, I remember seeing them. I don't know if they were actual like paintball guns or what the hell they were, but they were like they looked like paintball guns. They might have had like pepper spray like balls and stuff in them. That would make more sense, but I don't know.
I feel like that makes him more of a badass.
It does. Like you're gonna go against some guy that could be armed with fucking paintball guns. Like,
Instead of a
Yeah.
knife, he's wielding like a plastic fucking knife from like KFC or something.
Fuck plastic knives. Don't even get me started on that bullshit too. Anywho, back to Dwayne Chapman. So apparently he got famous for getting this dude named Andrew Luster, who was supposed to inherit a bunch of money from this cosmetics company. I don't fucking know. I don't wear makeup, but he
L'Oreal.
yeah, this dude was hiding out in Mexico, and I guess he was wanted for. It eventually got up to like 86 counts, including some murder, as well as rape and drugging women. Real classy
Jesus.
dude. Really would have
All
fit
right.
in the
So
modern times.
I have some questions here, Avery. Now,
No,
when you
I don't
say
have
he went
answers.
down to Mexico, in what way is that any legal for a bounty hunter?
Oh,
to
it
go down in-
absolutely was not legal. in
Oh,
any
okay,
capacity.
okay.
So he went down there and they caught this dude. And on the way back, when he was in the car, they got pulled over by the Mexican police. And they all four was thrown in jail. He was there with like his son and some other jackass, and they all four got thrown in jail. And I guess so he got bail, and his lawyer told him when he was out on bail to flee the country, which I don't know how that's sound legal advice, but I guess it worked out. And so they left the country and went back to Hawaii, which is where, the whole Dog the Bounty Hunter thing started. And this was right before the TV show started. Yeah, because this happened in 2003, and the TV show was in 2004. And so while they were out in Hawaii, they were wanted in Mexico for international bail, like leaping. And I don't think bounty hunting is legal in Mexico either. But anyway, they got this dude, and he was eventually extradited to the U.S., and he got a bunch of other things or charges put on him there. But while Dog the Bounty Hunter was in the U.S., they eventually got caught by U.S. Marshals and sent back to Mexico for the legal battle that would ensue there. And while they were in Mexico, this shit went back and forth. I skipped most of the details because they're pretty boring. But he eventually got the charges dropped in 2007 because it was past the statute of limitations, which I guess were supposed to expire like literally 2 days before they got extradited. So that's
Wow.
pretty insane. Also, they had like multiple congressmen as well as Condoleezza Rice involved in this shit because he was a reality TV star at this point because the show was a year after he was arrested, and so then they had it airing and he was eventually rearrested in 2007, and then they went over to Mexico and then they're just like, yeah, no, and he was free on November 2007, Christian. November 5th, 2007.
Holy shit.
And then, they continued some Dog the Bounty Hunter shit. And, I love to go to the controversy section of Wikipedia. That's how you know a person's really said some great things. He was, Dwayne Chapman, a lovely chap, said the N-word multiple times, as it says here.
Oh boy.
Oh,
But apparently it was taken out of context. He met with some dude who's on the Congress of Racial Equality. Not sure what that is. But apparently they had a great meeting, and the show was canceled at this time. Everything got taken off while they investigated this matter. Sure, it was a great investigation. But
did you say the N-word?
him and this chap Roy Innes, they had a lovely discussion. Apparently, the guy said that the whole thing was taken out of context. Not sure what kind of context there is for the N-word. Whatever. It was taken out of context, and they felt he was a changed man. And
He got
so
pulled
the
up
show
on a
was
Kendrick
allowed to
Lamar
resume
concert.
the air. Who, Dwayne Chapman? Or
Yeah.
Roy Innes? Oh, okay.
Whichever one said the N-word.
well, it would definitely be Dog the Bounty Hunter then. And so that whole thing got cleared up, and he was allowed to air his show for, I think, like 5 more years after that point. So he's a real Nathan, if you ask me.
Wow. What
I didn't
story.
know he was such a badass, to be honest, with all this weird.
Yeah, he's been married 5 times. His first wife left him after he was arrested for first-degree murder, understandably.
Yeah.
But then his most recent one actually died last year, so that's a big rip in the chat. But he's getting married again, so he's gonna have
Oh.
6 wives here in a bit.
He's almost reaching Larry King territory over here.
Yeah, he is. Funny thing, Larry King came up because I guess when he was, in his legal battle with the Mexican authorities, he went on Larry King multiple times to like plead his case. But yeah, I don't know. Absolute Chad. I think I liked how on his show he was always he acted like a father to all these criminals. It's really strange. I watched the show like a handful of times, but
I love the part like after he like arrests them. He's like, "Hey man, that's not good, man. Go with Christ."
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's always like, "The Lord will have you."
He's just trying to mentor
I
them.
just catch him. I will fucking end you. And then afterward he catches him. He's like, "Hey, bro." It's not
Apparently,
cool.
too, like he was on a show before he was on Dog the Bounty Hunter, where they just followed people who did weird jobs, and that's what that's how they found him and decided to make his own show.
Well, like Mike
Was
Rowe.
on that show.
He's
Yeah,
just on
no, yeah, he
dirty
was on Dirty
jobs.
Jobs. Yeah, we got a big body count here. I don't know why he's Australian.
You really got to get your hand in it.
Get your hand wrist deep, Julie. Get it all up in there.
No, he wasn't in fisting.
Okay.
Very
He was
Also,
investing.
another interesting thing about him, Christian, he was on a Sharknado film.
Wow,
Oh.
really?
But I feel like most people are at this point. Like, I think you could just write to him and be like, I want to be on Sharknado. Apparently, he was
Okay,
also on My
alright.
Name is Earl, but
Mm.
it's a pretty classic show.
Oh.
Okay.
Really had to emphasize that.
Should we get into Kids Bop now?
I feel like that's
Sure.
the play.
Okay, Kids Bop 7.
Kids Bop 7, not terrible.
Yeah,
not great.
pretty boring like the
Yeah.
rest of them.
Well, you guys
Yeah,
are already on
um,
7.
We're
Yeah.
on 7 episodes of this
We
shit.
are.
This is
chugging
episode
right
number
now.
7.
I think the only things to talk about Kids Bop 7 is they had this weird drum line.
Oh,
It legitimately sounded like I was at a college football game. It was the weirdest thing.
welcome to College Football Nightly.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know how
was
is.
it was really out of place. But then also like the whole thing really just gave me flashbacks to like 2005 or 2006.
Yeah, Christian, this is the big point that we're going to see here in the next Kids Bops is that we're going to get a big nostalgia wave of like middle school and shit because we already hit a Black Eyed Peas song.
That is true.
So
Oh, we did. Ooh.
Yeah,
it was one of
let's-
their earlier ones.
No, we need to
but
talk about how
still.
much they screwed up the order of this song. So Christian, get this right. They had "Let's Get It Started" in this album, but it was second.
What?
What the hell are they doing? And then they had the fourth song was "My Happy Ending." How do you screw something up that bad?
That...
You need to call up Kids Bop corporate and be like, "What are you?"
I
doing?"
noticed that also on the track list they had Finger 11.
Yeah, they did. Not good.
Finger 11.
I don't know. It wasn't like the overall songs, like performances were pretty just mediocre, like the rest of them.
Yeah.
But
A couple songs, it's like they get it pretty close, but it's not close enough. It's just like it brings a whole debate. Like, do you really need to listen to Kids Bop, or can you just listen to the actual song with like the dirty lyrics taken out of it? Listen to a fucking clean version.
I prefer the first ones where they didn't even have the dirty lyrics
I
changed.
like it when like they'll put out like a song clean and then they just go when they say like a word like a bad word they go they do like that weird like tracking
Can you make that
noise.
noise again?
You know like they
Thank you.
They got weird.
Somebody clip that.
As like a dog hanging.
It's
his
like a
head out the window
DJ
of
like
the car.
scratch noise, you know, like that. You know, like that. That was a terrible sound attempt, but you know,
Christian, don't be a DJ.
it's your boy
DJ
Pauly
Chrissy
D.
Poo.
What up?
Is that your
Boy,
DJ
Chrissy
name?
Poo.
Pauly D?
Yeah,
Yo, Sonny
Oh,
D
Chrissy
coming
Poo
at you
would
with
be much
another
better.
hit single.
Chrissy Poo, way better.
Chrissy Poo.
See, look at that. That's
So-
cute.
That's just gonna be your intro. You just come in. Chrissy
Oh, that's a good idea.
Poo. That's so good.
Oh, that's right. I'm not
great.
sure if you heard, but like the wall the like background that we're using right now is like the Matrix like word computer rain that happens in the movie.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's our background for this. And while we were looking for backgrounds,
You didn't
wait,
use Perfect
me
Bidoof.
no, me and Avery we were.
Why?
I was going to do this disc
put
golf
me in this.
background, and all of them were terrible. I was actually surprised I could actually find some on the thing I use for backgrounds, and so there's like 3 disc golf ones, and we got this conversation earlier about disc golf. Me and Avery did, and he said it
Couple
was
of chaps.
he said it was frisbee golf.
Well, duh. What
No.
the fuck you throwing?
No, it's
Christian,
not.
a disc could be anything.
And
I could
he-
be out there throwing my Halo 3 Xbox 360 copy around. That's a fucking disc, okay? But a frisbee, everyone knows what a frisbee is. That's my argument. I think that's all I need to say.
But it's not exactly a frisbee though. It's a disc.
It's a frisbee. Don't you be getting out of here with this elitist bullshit.
And
It's
then-
not a
then he
frisbee.
said so-
What does
okay, I
that
think
mean?
I think it's called. I think it's like actually like called disc golf or something. But like either one works. Like I'm
And a
gonna
dick's
know
called
what
a
you're
penis,
talking
but we're
about.
gonna call it a
And then,
dick.
and then he
Okay.
fucking and then he caught me slipping where I'm like, oh, well, it just makes more sense.
Find it
This.
cool.
And then he said, "Did you say ping pong or table tennis?" I'm like, oh, fuck.
Exactly.
Ping pong. Fuck that. We don't say
If you
table
say
tennis
table
in here.
tennis, if you say table tennis, I think you play table tennis a little too
You are.
much, and therefore you're
you
a prick.
are a point. You are a point extra.
And you're probably
Well, then-
Chinese as
But then we
well.
kind of got in the yeah. We're like, so do you think ping pong is literally just a racist term? Because it probably is.
Yeah.
Could be somewhere.
Would be somewhere.
God.
It literally the only. It's the national
Right?
sport of China is,
It makes
is
too much
table
sense.
tennis.
No,
I
it's ping
think-
pong, but
Well, I think that's why
Like-
we call it ping pong. Is because we are really racist against the Chinese.
what even does ping pong mean? What is ping pong? What does that?
Well,
what
It's
does
the
that
well-
mean?
noise-
Well,
it's
like,
the
do
noise
you remember
the ball
Pong, like the
makes.
game?
Yeah,
Like
it's like
I think it's
that.
just
That's-
like hitting
and-
things
and
back
Pong's
ping
and
based
forth.
on ping pong.
But wait, oh, is it?
Well,
We're
yeah, what
retarded.
came first,
I'm
ping
retarded.
pong or pong? Holy shit!
Did you just say? Wait, back up.
But I'm pretty
Wow,
sure it's
this
supposed to be
got
like,
really
oh,
dumb.
ping pong. You know, each time you hit it, it goes back. It's supposed to be like.
If you're hearing
Yeah.
ping pong,
See,
you're
that
dumb.
makes more sense.
What are you playing
Yeah,
with? Like
but-
a metal ball? Are you playing with a marble?
No. What do you mean?
It's those sounds, but it's
When
8-bit.
it's a hollow, like tiny ass ball that hits against like a hard, like wooden / plastic table. It's gonna make
That's
a,
fucking hot.
yeah. It's gonna make
Why
a
did it
ping and
pop?
pong.
I'm
It's-
reading a
It's more
Wikipedia
like a
article.
pong.
I.
noise.
Oh god, this
Christian, this
is
gets dumber. So the
Oh,
the
does it?
Wikipedia article for table tennis says table tennis, also known as ping pong and whiff waff.
Whiff waff? That sounds like a made up fucking like European word.
That sounds like a pretty terrible '80s like R&B group.
Whiff
Whiff
waff.
waff. Am I wrong?
That sounds
A
like
whiff waff.
You are not.
this is-
Can we look into whether or not there's been
It
an
sounds
R&B
like a
group called
19
whiff
like,
waff?
it's like a
70s
1920s like gangster term. It's just like
that's a
The
made up
whiff
like
waff.
that's a made up British
You
word.
get the whiff
like,
waff.
Oh, we went down to the pub, pay a bit of whiff waff, you know.
Oh, the sport originated in Victorian England. God, of course it did. Everything originates
That's definitely
in
like a
England,
croquet type bullshit.
and then they
that-
suck at it.
Mhm.
Just like
So apparently the name ping
British
pong was
sports.
trademarked in 1901, and it came to describe the game played with rather expensive Jackies equipment, while other manufacturers calling it table tennis. That didn't tell me anything. What did that tell me? I don't
that
Ping
care.
pong-
basically everybody else stole it, and one
So
company.
if you use like a fancy set, it's going to make a ping pong noise. So if you're not using a fancy
Yeah.
set, you're
Me
using
and the bros, we
knockoff
came
shit.
over for some champagne and the ping pong, you know? The fuck does that even mean?
Epic.
All the notable players for ping pong, except for one, are Chinese, and then the other one's Swedish.
Is it PewDiePie?
No.
So Swedish people are just now we're just like randomly good at like everything apparently. Like up until like the point where I was watching disc golf, because I found that via a recommendation of something else I was watching. It was like the 2019 Lumberjack Championship, World Championships.
Oh, dude, that
and
sounds
that
awesome.
guy and the guy who won that was Swedish. They're just good at everything, man.
Well, duh, the Swedish would win the Lumberjack. Who do you think's winning the Lumberjack Championship?
I would
A pretty
figure a
jacked
Canadian. Most
no
likely.
dude from India is winning the
Oh,
Lumberjack
but
Championship.
an Australian guy came in second, along with a Canadian guy.
Well, those dudes are rednecks.
Yeah, they were.
You're redneck. You know you're a redneck when you win the lumberjack competition, and you're not even Canadian.
Did the Canadians place in this Lumberjack competition?
Third.
You mean, is that canon? Did they really?
Not bad.
Yeah, they
I
did.
feel like you just made that
Well,
up. You
no, it
absolutely
was
made
it was
that
it
up.
was a tie between. I'm not sure. Because
You're making this up.
they both
aren't you?
finished second, so I'm not sure how that works.
So then they both
they're
finished
they're
second.
the same points. They're like both like 20,
Okay.
25 points or something like that.
This generation's too soft. We can't have two people in second.
Yeah, I'm not,
If
I'm
you're
not
in
sure.
first or
Fight to
last,
the
that's all that
death.
matters.
I didn't remember all what happened, but I think they both finished second or third respectively. I don't remember which.
They both finished.
Speaking of incredibly masculine men, Christian, Kim Jong Un
Oh,
and North Korea.
wanna
We're in the
explain
news.
that?
He's alive.
He is alive, but I came across this great thing. So apparently, the North Korean government came out and said that Kim Il Sung did not have the ability to teleport. And
Cool.
I don't
What?
like.
Sounds like some
so-
bullshit to me. U.S.
so they're-
propaganda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, did the people there ever see him not teleport? But whatever. So the North Korean propaganda thing. I guess that was one of the long rumors in North Korea was that Kim Jong Il or Kim Il Sung could teleport. Among them, though, another one was a great one, was that he apparently also once had a 38 under par round of golf with 5 holes in one and 1 hole. So clearly, I mean, how do you even
Tiger Woods
not
is a
prove that
bitch.
wrong?
How
That's
did-
what I'm saying.
what
They
did-
should have had Kim Il Sung
I don't.
play with Peyton
What
Manning
did
and
this
Tom
have to
Brady.
do with Alberta?
Oh no, Alberta's coming up. Don't hold
Oh,
your
okay.
horses.
I'm
I'm
coming
sorry.
up.
I'm sorry.
It's coming up. Not related though. Don't worry.
Oh,
So, but yeah,
Very cool.
like if you were a dictator, Christian, what would you say? What would your image be?
oh, I am Christ incarnate. I am.
I want something
God.
believable.
Oh.
No, that's
I
Charles
am
Manson,
Groot,
not
God
dictator.
of
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't
cult
need to be a
leaders and
dictator to say
dictators, they're
that.
kind of like the same thing. Just one has more power over the other.
What would
So,
your cult name be?
Smith and Wesson.
ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to go with
Chrissy Poo's
the Sunlight Guardians.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah.
guard the
Okay.
sun.
Yeah.
Are you like a solar cult?
We guard the
You
sun. We
eco-terrorists?
live for the sun.
You live for the sun.
Praise the
Stolen
sun.
from
Praise the sun.
Stolen from the Mayans.
Yeah, they're all dead though, so they can't
Yeah.
defend themselves.
Yeah, they can't claim that fucking copyright. So get fucked.
They
Mayans.
predicted the world would end in 2012,
Yeah,
and yet we're
fucking
still
idiots.
here, unfortunately.
It did
Dumbass.
for them.
Count. Yeah, that is true. They died long before that, though. So I think they couldn't even predict their own
Well,
death.
we can't prove them wrong at least because they're dead. So,
What does
You're
that mean?
fucking dead, Harry.
well, we can't prove them wrong, Avery, because they're already dead.
Okay. Anywho, another great news story I saw though was the Alberta, the Canadian province, like a big oil place, but they said now would be a great time to build a pipeline because the restrictions limit the protests against it. I thought, wow, that's
I did see
Big
that.
brain
That is,
thinking.
really
That's pretty
fucked up.
great.
it's fucked up, but it's smart. So that's what makes
It
it
really
better.
is.
We wait until
Like-
they're weak.
If we want to talk about fucked up and
Exactly.
not smart, let's look at Joe Biden.
Got him.
Got
Hey,
him.
Hot
he made
take.
his first public appearance in like 3 months, like the other day.
What do you mean public?
People thought he was dead.
There was people there. I don't know. I mean, he could have been. People thought Kim Jong Un was dead. Yeah, he was probably seen more recently than
I still
Joe
think he's
Biden
dead.
was.
Yeah, it's an imposter. It's a doppelganger, bro.
Second best dictator of all time.
Joe Biden?
Kim Jong.
Who?
Kimmy J. Kimmy J.
Who's the first? Who's the best dictator of all time?
Dolph. Lundgren.
Yeah? I feel like
Dolph
there's
Lundgren.
probably a good African dictator out there.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Was Mansa Musa a
Kenya.
dictator? He was pretty
Yes,
rich.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Maybe an Arab dude. Probably a good Arab dictator
Shaka
out there.
Zulu. He was a warrior. but
Shaka
was he-
Zulu.
was he ever,
Okay,
like,
do you
a-
consider kings dictators? I mean, they have to be, right?
I mean,
pretty
yeah,
much.
their word is law.
What
Their
if they
word
can't
is
speak?
law.
The only difference is like
Their
dictators and
word is
uprising,
law.
revolts. Whereas, oh, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Don't worry, he's
He's coming back.
There he is.
Wow.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, got disconnected.
So, Christian, I looked into that Hitler alligator thing a little more.
Yeah, yeah.
I've determined it's mostly bullshit.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So this alligator was it was born in the U.S. and then I guess it got shipped over to the Berlin Zoo before the war. And as you know, Berlin in World War II, not a great place. This zoo got the shit bombed out of it,
Oh,
and I think they said all but 50 animals died. And so this alligator escaped from the Berlin Zoo, and it was apparently missing for 2 years, and then they found it again. And I guess the Allies decided that it should be shipped off to Moscow, and so they shipped it off to Moscow, and it lived there until it died, whatever, last weekend. But this thing lived 80 years.
Jesus.
And I guess, I was like, why the hell is an alligator living 80 years? But they're supposed to live like 30 to 50 years. So this
Oh
dude was
my.
like, I think the bombs may have helped it. I'm not sure.
The radiation.
Well, it wasn't even radiation. Those were just normal
How
bombs.
big
They
did
were
it
brick
get?
bombs.
The radiation.
I was
coming
11 and a
off of
half foot,
Japan
Julie.
was so hot.
That's
that,
a pretty,
Yeah.
pretty good, decent sized
But
gator.
apparently, like, just because it was from Berlin, the Berlin Zoo, like a rumor got spread that it may
Oh, he's gone.
have been Hitler's. What is he doing? It may have been Hitler's alligator, and there was really no reason that I could tell from the thing to say that in any capacity. But then the article became like a weird thing about how animals are not involved in politics. It's like, well, no shit. Who's saying that? Who's thinking this?
What about
this
the
alligator
donkey
is
and the
literally
elephant?
What does that mean? Oh, you're talking about the logos?
This is just reminding me of the whole like Polish bear thing that fought in,
That was a good
in World War
episode.
II.
I
That
don't
is a
remember
great-
anything else we said.
Shout out
I don't
back
remember.
to like, well, I don't know what episode that was.
That was like episode like 3 or something like that.
Yeah, like 3 or 4. Go
Something like
watch
that.
it.
There
I
was
realized
that
it
was great.
a month ago.
There was a bunch of like animals that had a big part in World War II. Like they just found like a catfish or something that was like like really really long, that had like the remains of like a Nazi in it with some of the memorabilia, which was pretty cool.
Yo, yikes!
What?
Catfish on the
What the
Allies'
fuck did I just
side,
hear?
bro.
Nobody liked the Nazis, not even the fucking catfish.
Where
dog.
do we go from that?
That catfish
So
was
we
Jewish.
go to Elon Musk. So also in the news,
Okay.
Elon Musk. So we all know his like retarded fucking son's name, like X8.
Oh,
It has
yeah,
Roman
I heard
numerals
of this.
now.
Getting the
Yeah,
software update,
so-
right?
Yeah. So unfortunately enough, in the state of California, you are limited to certain things when naming a child, and
It has to be all alphabetical.
character
numbers
limit?
are not allowed
Yeah.
apparently. So he went.
That's
So you got 14 letters only.
So he then went to Roman numerals instead, instead
Wow,
of
that's
12,
incredible.
because the state of California would not allow the original name.
Christian, can I just point out that you typed the same thing in the notes twice?
I did I?
What do you mean, dude? I'm looking at it right now.
Oh,
Where's
shit.
that at?
Don't have to throw
Amateur
shit.
Oh
hour.
yeah, I sure did.
I'm
Whoops.
sorry, Julie.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
What's Elon Musk been doing these last like couple of weeks? He's an absolute nutcase.
He's
Yeah, he-
opening up his places.
Didn't he go like an episode of Joe Rogan again?
Yes, he did.
Mm.
Yeah.
He like totally threw Grimes under the bus for the name thing too. He was like, "Oh yeah, it was just her decision." No, the fuck it wasn't.
No,
Come on,
the
if she
funniest-
was not
no,
married to Elon Musk,
Hey,
that would not
don't
be
No,
you
no,
hate on
no,
that,
Dallas,
man.
Dallas.
He's
The
gonna be
the
bringing us
funniest
a nude
part about
Catwoman.
that, he's like, oh yeah, that was all her, except for the last part, except for the 12. That was me.
What's the name, honey? Well, you gotta have a 12 in there.
Yeah,
I was
you are as
watching
much. to blame.
I was watching like some podcast highlights, and Cody Ko was on there, and you talking about how they
Were you
went
watching the
to
Misfits?
yes, I was.
Okay.
And they were talking about how they went to Elon Musk or one of Elon Musk's houses. I guess it was their party house or whatever, and they got like drunk and stuff, and afterwards they were gonna just go find themselves out because Grimes and Elon went somewhere else in the house. So they're like looking around trying to find the door to get out, and they didn't want to be like rude and like barge into a room. So they go back into the kitchen, and apparently Grimes and Elon Musk are like going at it like hardcore, like just like making out like super hard, and they're just like they said that the one guy like walked into the kitchen to go ask him, and then did a complete 180 as soon as he realized it. Pretty awkward situation. I don't know what they did afterwards. If they just kind of like waited for them to finish up, or if they like knocked on the wall, or what they did. But
They waited until the leak was out.
I
just
believe
spent
this
the
all
night.
started when he threw the brick at the Tesla thing and the window broke, and he said that it wouldn't. After that, it's just been all downhill for Elon.
Was that before or after he
he's
like
still making a hyperloop.
was that before or after he called like some like South American like sea diver who saved all those kids a pedophile?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
I think that's when he lost his marbles.
yeah, this incident happened like
He's
a
never
year
really
ago.
had them.
True, but he also wouldn't be a millionaire,
hating on
billionaire if
Elon?
he didn't.
He's gonna bring us lewd cat women.
No, get your freaking.
Apparently,
cat
like
out of
his
here.
family made their fortune off like apartheid in South Africa or some shit.
Nice.
So
That's
that's
how you
pretty
do it, though.
interesting.
They left because the market dried up.
Just like the water up.
We can't systematically impress the black people.
Dude,
Damn.
I didn't realize like how fucked up it was. Like they had laws in 1980 that were like blacks are not
Yeah,
allowed to read.
it was very recent before it got
Yeah.
Paul Simon actually got in some big trouble. He recorded an album, Graceland, great album, but he went over to Africa to record it with like local African like musicians, and there was like a self-imposed cultural ban on South Africa until they got rid of apartheid, and so when he made that, he got in like some trouble when he from other people in the music industry when he went over and made that.
Yeah,
But,
well, that
I
was
don't care.
basically
It's
the
pretty
first
great.
BDS. It's true. Like that's what BDS is based off of, is the South African thing that they did. That's how they got apartheid to change.
Shout out Nelson Mandela.
It's true.
You
That
believe
man's
in
a
the
fucking
Mandela
legend.
effect, Christian?
Oh no, I just like to think I was a retard as a kid.
Wow.
Well, Christian, you were. So,
Yeah. And people are like,
Let's just go
the
back and look at
Bernstein
our
Bears,
chat
it was a
histories.
cold down.
how about we don't do that? I've already done that. Scary place. Even like 2016, it's like, wow. Hard to
Yeah.
believe I was an idiot 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What am I now?
It's like I'm surely not an idiot anymore.
No. See, I like to believe everyone's always an idiot, but the type of idiot they are evolves.
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't know if that made
See-
sense, but
The smart idiots realize that they're idiots.
Yep.
what do you call a dumb idiot? A dumbass?
I have a first name.
Dumb
I like a
idiot?
fucktard.
Oh,
Fucktard's a good
dude.
one.
We call
A
him Joe.
idiot.
Schmitty. You know, Christian, I heard you had a pretty good, interesting walking story.
Oh, I sure
It's the
did.
first time that sentence has ever been uttered.
Question.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Question.
You-
Did you
there.
walk? Did you walk to McCook Lake?
Oh
Did
my
you
god.
walk
Shut the fuck
around
up.
McCook
Shut
Lake?
the fuck up.
Or
Okay.
You
this
did
is-
a
This is a
360.
horrible joke.
360.
It's not a joke. This is life.
I disagree. It's pretty
This
funny.
is life.
Okay. So I'm just gonna ignore all that because fuck you all. So
Understandable.
it all starts because Spotify has been doing this thing where they're releasing audio books of chapters from Harry Potter. So like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll listen to it, and I didn't have anything to listen to for that because I already like had caught up on the most recent chapters. So I'm like, oh fuck, I guess I'm just gonna listen to some music. And I was also taking hits of my dab pen the entire time. And
Nice,
so
nice.
around
You're
like
dabbing?
I'm like halfway done with my walk already, and I'm feeling it. You know, I'm at that point I turned to music because I'm done with my fucking chapter.
What was the song?
I don't remember. It was a bunch
Hooked on
of
a
songs.
feeling.
Lord.
I think I actually made a specific playlist of like songs that don't go hard but do anyway.
What?
Excuse me.
You mean they aren't supposed to go hard, but they
They
do
didn't
anyway?
have to go hard, but they did anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
They don't go hard, but they do anyway.
Continue.
So, anyways, I'm sitting there vibing. I'm not sure what song it was. That was way too.
Schlong.
But the point is I was vibing to a point where it's like it started to become physical vibe, you know. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, moving my fucking like body around, you know.
He was a full-on.
I'm doing some
Tony
hand
Blair.
gestures, you know. I'm like, I'm getting there, you know.
Christian, are you moving right now?
So anyway, So anyway, I'm vibing, and all of a sudden I see this car, come next to me, and it was going down the road, and all of a sudden I see this bitch. All right, this fucking absolute bitch, like look out the fucking window, and like she's saying something, and I it's one of those things where it's like you can tell they're talking about you, you know. So I'm like, so I like kind of like do like that air blow her a kiss kind of thing. And then I flip her off.
Fun,
It was an absolute
Chad
experience. And immediately after that, like some like girl or something like she was walking
Girl.
towards me, and at this point, like it's like one of those things where it's like, now like past like the car thing, I'm kind of a bit paranoid. So now this chick's coming towards me, and then she just stops like middle and turns around like maybe like 20 feet in front of me. I'm just like, why'd you do that? and then like apparently like her friend eventually like is like standing next to me or like walking next to me for like a minute or so. I didn't fucking notice it at all. And then she's like run straight past me, looking me dead in the eye. And then I don't even know. Like then she just walks like runs up next to her friend. They keep walking. I was so fucking like terrified.
What were you
You
scared
should
of?
have just socked her in the face.
No, that's not my thing. I'm not a monster, Dallas.
You're not a soccer? What
No,
are you,
I'm a
Christian?
football guy. Football.
You're a football guy.
Football.
I'm a
What
footballer.
version?
What does that mean?
It's what they call soccer, not in America.
Well, no
It's
shit.
called soccer when they're better at
What
it
does a
than us.
football guy mean, though?
A football guy is Dallas.
I'm gonna kick her. I'm not gonna punch her. You dumbass.
Football
That's
guy?
what it means.
Dallas is a football guy.
A football guy is
You
someone
know?
who spits on people. You know.
What?
I do spit on people occasionally.
So yeah, that
You
was
spit
my
on tables, too.
that was my walking story. It was a very odd one.
At what point do you join a gang?
I mean, depends on the gang. I mean, I can join.
What kind of
whatever.
gang would you join, Christian?
I mean, I like to think I would.
Bikers Anonymous.
Yeah, bikers. Like
You be a biker
like,
gang
like
guy?
Dog, the bounty hunter.
Like
Christian-
Dog the Bounty Hunter,
Yeah.
yes.
Your blonde hair and blue eyes make you the ideal candidate for a neo-Nazi thing. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Mm.
there we go.
You should tell Isaac that.
Well, he
Isaac-
already knows that, though.
Right, he would just say that randomly.
He kind of looks like Hitler a little bit.
Don't tell him that; he'll get an ego boost.
You know, you say that,
And just like his mannerisms.
Dallas. You
you
say
know?
that, but if he heard us saying that, you probably go, "You're right."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do I need to
you.
burst out the Isaac impressions again?
No, please
No.
no.
Good. I
Wait.
wasn't
What
gonna
about
do it
him,
anyways.
like, yesterday with his story, where he kept telling me details and I just never got the name?
I don't remember that.
Oh,
I don't either.
I think I might remember.
he
that.
kept
Was
going
I
on
there?
about something. He
I was
was
probably
like trying to
there.
remember a name of someone.
Church
He's
Girl?
like,
I
he's
tried to
giving
remember
me
that
all
name
these
too.
details, and he's like, and then he finally remembered it or something, but I just never got what the name was.
Yeah, I don't know.
He is really secretive about random things for some reason.
They'll never know where I stored my scooter. They'll never
like
I know
know
where he
them.
put that fridge.
Like, why doesn't he just tell us what he did with the
Can
dildo
we-
that I sent him?
He just it's locked away, but it's not. He doesn't know where it is. That's how good he is at hiding it.
So, we kind of reached the point where we're kind of out of topics that we at least came up with, but
What?
we do have some stuff
I
that we
didn't
can
do a
talk
thing.
about here.
Oh no.
So, as we've talked on the podcast previously, there is a cornhole tournament coming up this Friday, okay? And you will hear of the results next week
Yes.
of who's a winner, who's a loser, who's going down. Joe's going down, by the way. That cunt's gone, all right? Fuck you,
Damn.
Christian,
Joe.
if we don't win the doubles,
Joe,
you
you're
have to take
getting
me out for ice
fucking,
cream.
you're getting called out right now. If you
Yeah.
don't win, you're getting tossed.
Yeah.
All right. I hope
you're
you
gonna,
know that.
You're going to get tossed.
Well, that
He's
is
getting
how
tossed
losing
before
works.
we even play.
Well, don't you toss the bag? Bag?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're playing at 40
So you're
feet,
both
Christian.
tossing.
Get ready.
And
So
then
it is
whoever
been
loses-
determined by this court, aka me and Avery, that after this
I'm
cornhole
determining things?
the cornhole tournament and
Oh,
the
yeah,
doubles
the-
badminton tournament happens this summer, we're going to then have a disc golf tournament.
Yeah.
Jeez.
See, Christian, I feel like
Should I-
that is going to go the way of the watch list where we say it and it never
No,
happens.
that's it. That's gonna happen. We're gonna play some fucking disc golf.
Should I reveal
Okay.
the
No.
trophy now to you guys, or should I?
Oh, it's a
wait
fucking
till
trophy?
Friday.
You
Okay.
better
No,
get
you
the
gotta
podium
save
ready.
that shit. You gotta save it.
How big is this
Okay.
trophy?
You gotta get the
Need
What's the
podium ready.
size?
I don't know. I mean, you can wear
What
it, so I don't
do you
really
You
know.
can wear it.
I don't
You
like
can wear
this.
it.
Oh my god, he's
Can
skinny.
the
can
trophy
wear-
just
I
be
can
like a
wear
number
this.
one dad mug?
I don't think you can wear that.
Can you get the shitty area, man, Jensen?
But we all have
Oh,
to
yeah,
call him
just the
daddy for
cap.
the rest of the summer, whoever wins.
Let's see here. I would say it's about like
That was my plan
maybe a
anyways.
foot and a half long when you fold
Holy
it up.
shit.
Maybe.
Jeez,
Is it a
Fold it
banner?
up.
It's like
You
a
get a scoop by the
crown.
foot.
No.
With a crown?
Did you go to Burger King on your
I
birthday
want
and
to
get the
I
crown?
want to do something to it, but there's not a lot of place where I can write on it. It'd have to be like on the back. That's
Can
what I was
write it?
thinking. Like if this is gonna be like an annual thing where we do more than one of these, we can write the winners on the back so we can keep track.
I
Fucking
could,
Stanley
I
Cup,
could
Christian.
probably, I could probably
Yeah.
get my dad to like, because my dad does a lot of engraving stuff. I could get my dad to engrave like a tumbler
Can you have his
that has
signature on it?
2020 cornhole champion.
I need
Tony,
we need
2012.
something for the we need something
just
for
want
the,
his face.
the badminton tournament because I don't have anything for the badminton tournament. I couldn't
Well,
find
you get your
anything for
You get to
that.
keep the birdie. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we could do that where we just have a 2020 badminton team champ and you get like a birdie. The problem is like you have two people on a team, so it's like you'd have to have two different things.
Someone gets
By the way,
racket.
Avery, I'm gonna need you to bring your set of cornhole bags. You can leave your boards though.
Bags. Okay.
Yeah.
It's called
They're
the
blue
Is
and
there
yellow.
regulation?
I don't fucking know. I looked into the
Are we
cornhole
playing at
rules.
45 feet?
Yes. What? I mean,
I'm
no.
playing at 100 yards.
45 feet.
We get 4 attempts to get it there. We play it from where it lies.
Hershey throws it the farthest. At that point, George is winning.
Fucking George.
If you don't introduce yourself by asking for 3 wishes, you've done it wrong.
So back to this disc golf thing. So this is happening.
Is it though?
Christian,
Yes, it's going to
I'm-
happen. So we
Are you
determined.
planning it?
I
Are
can
you
plan.
the plan man with a
I
van?
can plan. I already forgot. We said there were like 3 places in the city that.
Well, you're already
have
off to a
disc-
great start, aren't
We
you?
can go to Wit.
No,
You can go up
that's,
to
that's
Brooklyn.
not
You can
happening.
stay at my apartment.
There's like 3 places in the city that have.
There's one by the
uh,
water tower.
Yes, there's the one by the water tower.
Well, there's one. Technically, there's 2 by the water tower because Grandview has one.
Yes, and I think that's one that we declared that's going to happen is at Grandview.
If we declare it, it's
What the
definitely
fuck,
happening.
Richard?
It's going to happen.
Epic.
Christian, you're gonna be our Richard.
It's gonna chuck it straight into traffic.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you though. When I try and throw a frisbee, I look autistic. Like,
I think most people.
Mine's
too.
always
You look
curved.
autistic most of the time, so.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Damn.
going for, I think. But like,
At
I
least you
throw it
think.
better with my left hand, I think.
You're gross.
Well, yeah, but what's that have to do with this?
I think with
Lefties are gross.
I think the
Well,
difference is, Avery, is that when you're trying to throw it with your right hand, you're focused on power because that's your dominant hand. But with lefty,
Christian, I think
you're just trying to make sure you
overthinking
throw it
this.
straight.
Christian, you throw it with your left too?
Yeah,
What is wrong with you?
I'm just trying to make sure I
God,
throw it
Christian.
correctly. At that
Okay,
point.
I'll play,
a
but
great
you two
couple.
aren't gonna be there.
Christian,
What
can
do you
I
mean?
like take Julie's money?
I
from
mean,
you
you're not
that
gonna be
you
there.
Got in the divorce settlement?
No, absolutely not.
Technically,
That's
I took
mine.
his money
No.
since I married him for the money, anyways.
Christian, where'd you get your money from?
I have the kids too, so he has to pay me
freecreditreport.com.
child support.
Oh, were you the singer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Greasy poo.
Okay, and on that sobering note, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the podcast. Would you guys like to say your goodbyes to the people at home?
I'll say it.
Fuck
man.
the whole.
Don't eat KFC at 3 a.m.
Don't eat KFC.
There you go.
Don't 3 a.m.
Where am I?
And that's how you do.
Okay, all right. Thank you for watching.